Sometimes you just have to tease it. You can't show them the whole thing
I get that. I get sometimes the tip's enough. But sometimes you need more than the tip.
Welcome to Agents of S.C.R.E.E.N, the first and only place to come to for movie reviews live at the cinema. We've just finished watching Overlord, the Nazi zombie extravaganza. Adam, what did you think of the film?
Well, first of all, I think extravaganza is a strong word.
What would you say?
It was good. At best, it was good.
Extravaganza is not really to say like the quality of the film, it's just to like...
You know, extravaganza to say some real big spectacle. It wasn't. It really wasn't.
That's the point actually. I came into this thinking that there would be a lot of zombies in this, but there was only maybe like, I don't want to spoil it, but there wasn't as many.
There wasn't many. I'm the same. I came into it thinking it's going to be hella gory.
It was gory.
It was violent. There was some violent scenes, but the gore didn't come till the end. I'll tell you what I liked about the film. It took a real serious historic subject, something that's real life, and they put a real interesting spin on it. Nazi scientists experimenting on dead bodies. You know, what you got was a zombie apocalypse type
basically, film. Yeah, I haven't really seen a film like this. But I think my favourite part of the whole film...
I know what it was.
What was it?
Hydra.
No, it wasn't Hydra.
But they were there, weren't it?
If you want to say that, the doctor kind of looked the same, kind of slimy Weasley doctor. But my favourite part of the film was the beginning, the initial scene where they were airdropping into that whole scene was intense.
Yeah, see,
it was. I thought it was sick.
I like that scene as well.
And what about what things that you didn't like about the film?
Do you know what? All throughout the film, and the more the film went on, I kept thinking, or I kept having this feeling. They just weren't brave enough. The creators, the writers, the director, they were touching on some real dark, you know, imagery, and they just cut it short when it getting real interesting. You know, there's a bit in the base where you've got grown-ass men, adults, which are in some kind of a synthetic womb, and you just get to see a little tip, NH, of what's coming out. You want to see the whole thing. You want to know what they're actually doing. You know.
Sometimes you just have to tease it. You can't show them the whole thing.
I get that. I get sometimes the tip's enough. But sometimes you need more than the tip. Yeah, listen me.
Okay, I see you.
NH. And again,
is that Jamaican again?
Bro, listen now. Let's not get into that. Yeah? Again, another thing as well. It's the same sort of thing. You know, you got the woman who's just a head and a spine, and she's talking. She's asking for help. You saw her for 5 seconds, and that's it. She's gone. That's it. I wanted to see more of that.
Me personally, I didn't particularly mind that. You know, you just show certain things without going too much into it. But going on to your point, what I will say is I felt like they tried to dabble in a few genres without fully committing to a certain genre. So it wasn't really like a zombie film. It wasn't really like a war film. You know, it was kind of caught in between two genres. But overall, I would say it was enjoyable.
Yeah, I agree, it was enjoyable.
It didn't take itself too seriously. It was gory. I thought the practical effects were really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah. But you're right. I think you're right. They didn't commit. It was somewhere between when you go to one of these fusion restaurants, you know, Chinese, Indian, you don't know what you're getting. It was that kind of vibe.
Okay.
But I enjoyed it nonetheless.
Okay, so that being said, score out of 10, what would you give it?
You know, I enjoyed the violence more than the gore, but they didn't commit to something. They could have done so much more. I feel like they got a better director, such as Guillermo del Toro, to do it. You could have done a much better job. That said, I did enjoy it. Wasn't amazing. Do you have to go see it in the cinema? Probably not. 6 out of 10.
Ooh, that was lower than I expected. To be fair. Yeah. Me personally, I would give it a 7.
Okay, why?
7 out of 10. What, as opposed to a 6?
Yeah.
Of course, 6.
6 is a good film.
Well, to you, 6 to me is like it leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. Pause. But you know, so it didn't do that for me. I didn't think like, I spent £4 on this. By the way, I spent £4 to see this. Like, I didn't mind that.
Yeah.
That being said, I wouldn't like recommend it. Like, you must go see this film. So I think a 7 out of 10 is a fairly accurate score to me. So that being said, what did you think of Overlord? Put that in the comments below, and as always, make sure that you like, subscribe, check us on Instagram, Twitter. There's a lot of films coming out in November, so you'll be seeing our faces quite frequently, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, busy month ahead, man.
Yeah, I know.
We've got work to do.
But thank you again. Until next time, peace.